Hi, I'm here with Florence in Clearwater, Florida. So happy to be with you and spend a little time together. And I have a couple of questions for Florence because Florence has been heading up our volunteer program for 2021, and we had the privilege of working on that together in 2020, and it was so much fun. And I'm so excited to see as God has continued to move forward with CLA, with Pastor Brian to Cook and Florence heading up these volunteers. So Florence, I would love for you to share with the students what is the vision that God has placed on your heart and on the CLI volunteers and Pastor Brian for moving forward in 2021 with the volunteer program.
Thank you, Abby. It's great to be here with you. Great to be here. So thank you all for watching and tuning in. And I just want to thank every person that's watching this that has stepped up to be a volunteer, and to those watching that God may be putting it on your heart that you want to serve and give back. I just want to thank you so much. God has put so many blessings in Abby and I's life with people coming and stepping up to the plate in 2020 that 2021 is coming. It's opening up with a big bang, and we are so excited. Yes, we are so excited. In 2020, when we rolled out the program, I can tell you we have 80 plus volunteers right now, and this stack that I have in front of me represents only one role, is growing CLI in your nation.
Wow, and awesome. I love it.
These are folders that represent each nation and 3 states. We now have several nations growing CLI in your nation, which really is growing the gospel, spreading the gospel. Yes. And now we have 3 states, which we're very happy to say, growing CLI in Florida, growing CLI in Indiana, and growing CLI in Texas. So my vision and Pastor Brian's vision and Abby's for the future of CLI and CLA in this volunteer program is to grow the states. We already know what God's done in the nations, and we continue to work closely with the nations and grow their roles and send out mass emails and do Zoom conferences. But we have 47 states that have not stepped up to the plate, and we're looking for you. And if you feel led in any way to serve your area, boots on the ground in your state, I'd love to talk to you and show you what that role looks like. While we have several roles here at Christian Leaders Alliance Volunteer Program, the growing CLI in your state or your nation is by far the most complex role, and it really gives you a chance to dive in and really serve and give back. So Abby, we're just looking forward to this year and seeing what God's going to do. I mean, it's really amazing, and I know that people want to help and want to give back. So this year is going to be a good one.
Yeah, I definitely love that. I love that vision of just, so many of the students that we have at CLI and CLA are in the United States. So yeah, I really do think it's on our hearts that more U.S. students do step up to the plate in that sense and come forward to lead in their nation and support fellow students that are new in those nations. And so again, we are so excited to see what God has done and is continuing to do. He's definitely on the move at CLA and the volunteer program. And we've had some interviews with some of them that you shared, and we've had on the news. And so, God is really doing amazing things. I would love if you could just kind of maybe share an encouragement with the students, just what you've been seeing God doing that might just bless them today and encourage them.
Absolutely. Thank you, Abby. What I see is you don't know something until you have to teach somebody something. So for instance, what does that mean? It means we have a teacher assistant role, and this is just to touch on this specific role. If you're a teacher assistant and you're guiding somebody and helping somebody and encouraging somebody in a certain course, you're going to get so much more out of that. The course that you've already taken, whenever you took it, we like those courses to be new within 2 years that you have taken. But when you're sharing your experience, strength, and hope with another student that's new in that course, it just brings to the forefront of how much you know and how much you learned when you were edified in that course. So God is really working while, yes, we're serving our fellow students and fellow Christian leaders, we're getting so much more back because we're having those aha moments. Like, I remember I learned that. And so I just see it in students that are telling me, they're emailing me, they're telling me that how much the roles have blessed them. The Christian Leaders Network correspondent role has blessed them as they intentionally interact in the feed and share with the students experience, strength, and hope. So really, Abby, I have to say the roles have just really opened up and inspired students to not only give back, but they're furthering their own studies as a result of serving in these roles.
Yeah, I absolutely love that. I have certainly seen that as well, because even though, Florence is heading this up, I still have the privilege to talk with some of our volunteers, feedback, welcoming, just the communication that I'm seeing, even just between the students and the volunteers. Yeah, it's so edifying, so encouraging. So again, we do appreciate any prayers for all of our volunteers and these warriors, that are at the front lines of CLA and supporting CLI and CLC. For them to continue to walk in the strength of these roles and to just keep leaning on Christ in all of it. And if you are interested, you can reach out to Florence today and she can help you get in. We have a volunteer process for them to join, and so you can help them then join. So Florence, why don't you tell them how they can contact you, anything in that way?
Awesome, and I'm glad you brought that up, Abby. Thank you. Yes, so Abby's going to have my email address at the bottom of the screen, but what does this process look like? So what it looks like is first God putting a calling on your heart. It's a calling on your heart that you want to serve and give back. So then we have a process. We have certain criteria, coursework that needs to be fulfilled, which I'll go over those courses with you. Being that all volunteers are a member of Christian Leaders Alliance, that tells you the integrity's up there. So there's certain courses that have to be fulfilled. And then we move into, there's a volunteer class that we have you take. It's a short class and it gets to the nuts and the bolts of what needs to be done and covered for your volunteer role leading up to the application. And then in the class, there's an application that's filled out with a lot of choice roles that you can look through and select. It asks about your hours, your availability. Don't forget, we're online, so this is anywhere in your state or nation. Boots on your ground, bring boots all over the globe. So, it's right where you are. I have had emails from students asking me if they need to come to Florida or Michigan for the role. No, it's right where you're at. So you fill out the application, you then send me an email and let me know that process has been done. I pull your application, it's reviewed, and then another link is sent to you with a personal interview calendar, and then we have a phone interview. And once all that's done and the Lord has led you in your role, then we bring you on board officially. I introduce you to Pastor Brian, and we just move forward in where God is leading you and blessing you in these volunteer roles. So I encourage you, if you feel you want to give back but you just don't know what, it could be a simple thing as an edit of a course. Email me and I'll walk you through it.
Absolutely. Thank you, Florence, for being here with us and just getting it here on the news and getting this out there again to the students to remind them. I know you said there was a student the other day, they didn't really know what we were doing with the volunteer program. And so this is, again, a great opportunity if you haven't heard about it, or if you have and you feel that stirring now to join. Again, Florence's email has been below. Don't hesitate to reach out. Again, thank you to all the volunteers that have stepped up. You are blessing us so much. We love you all. So thank you again, Florence, for being with us. And you know what to do if you feel led to serve as a CLA volunteer.
Absolutely.
God bless.
God bless you. Thank you.